let's talk about Rich while Pete is gone. So, Boston, do you know what happened about that? What the subject is?
Rich Piana?
Yeah.
Johnny Bravo did a video saying he's all about silicone.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, first of all, before I get
I've been
Armin's details?
I've been calling Rich Piana Mr. Collagen forever.
Yeah, but didn't you think it was PMMA?
Yeah, that's what I was told. I was told by a good source that was in Rich's corner that he would go down to Mexico and very cheap get PMMA done. So I mean, I don't know how credible Johnny has his sources, but who knows? Maybe he was doing PMMA and silicone. I mean, who knows?
What do you think? What was your reactions, Armin? Because Armin has a lot of background with this. What's your thoughts?
Yeah. So I know Rich. I was friends with Rich. Like when Rich and his ex-wife met Sarah, it was at FitCon, and I was there the first time they met. That was our first date. So we hung out the whole weekend. I was with 5% at that time. I was sponsored by them. I like Rich. I like Rich a lot. He was a great guy. Like off camera, he was just a fun, cool guy to hang out with. The whole filler stuff, we kind of spoke on it one day because we were talking about like SEO, synthol. He's like synthol's nonsense. You can use better stuff. And then one of my friends needed their bicep fixed because he tore his bicep and wanted it fixed. So I hooked him up with my plastic surgeon friend, and they were trying to figure out which filler would be best. And it cost about $12,000 just to feel like half the bicep, but it looked amazing after he had it done. And Rich didn't say specifically what he was using, but I think I got back from like he was trying different fillers and seeing which one worked the best. Mm. And then eventually, I guess the silicone was the cheapest and most effective. So I think that's what he went with, and you know. Yeah, but
very interesting.
Rich was never honest about that. I talked to Rich many times about that. He was never honest about. Rich was never not honest about a lot of things he did. The fake plates that I sat out on personally. I said, Rich, I can't do this.
Wait, did he tell people that he didn't use fake plates?
Yeah. What do you mean? He wanted to do a video with me in the backstage of the Venice Pit and with fake plates. He wanted me to do fake plates. I said, Rich, I'm sitting out on this one. It was the same day that we did the video where we dropped the syringe and on the pavement, and then he picked it up and we're talking about that. It was the same day, except they were doing fake plates. And then I was like, hey, I'm not doing this. And then, dude, I caught him in another really bad lie, and I completely lost respect for him. It was about selling fake counterfeit GH. And after that, I really lost respect for him because I found out. And then at the Europa, he was hitting me up. He's like, hey, bro. And dude, I never even had known where to even get Adderall or even used Adderall at this point. It was in 2016. He's like, hey, bro. He's like, do you have any extra Adderall laying around that you could bring to me at the expo? And I'm like, dude, I don't even use that shit. But there were so many red flags with him. And I don't know if you guys know, but he used to train at the Powerhouse right before he passed away, the Powerhouse that I used to train at in Tampa. And he was asking people in there for pills like days before he died. So I don't know how many drugs he was getting himself into or what exactly happened. But I found out real quick that Rich was a big phony, unfortunately, you know.
Okay, wait. Well, to comment on that, so I was shocked that a bodybuilder would have refused the fake plates. I mean, this is usually like strength athletes are really against that. It's immoral for us, but bodybuilders are usually like, hey, it doesn't matter. But Boston is so true. There? He's like, nope.
You know who was there during that whole thing? And him and Rich had a falling out. I think he got annoyed with Rich too. Is that Big Boy?
Oh, from Orange County.
Yeah, Mexican.
That was when he was part of Rich's crew. Big Boy was back there doing that. The tattoo artist Angel, I think his name was fully tattooed. He had all the synthol on his arms. It was like his little 5% crew, and they wanted me doing like a bench with fake plates and T-bar rows, and I had to sit out. I said I can't do that.
You know what I heard is because basically my arm wrestling team in LA was friends with Rich. If you search on YouTube, search Rich Piana arm wrestling, you'll see my arm wrestling team, all the guys that I used to arm wrestle with. I wasn't at the gym yet at that time. I joined a few months later or something like that. But when I asked one of them who knew Rich for 20 years, 25 years in California, he told me that Rich was a very good guy before and that they were very good friends and he was a true guy to him. But he told me that Rich changed in the last few years. He said that he just started acting different. Like the impression I got was that he got like maybe full of himself, or maybe it was the drugs or something like that, but something changed.
It's completely true. It's completely true because he used to train at my dad's gym when he was younger, and everyone, yeah, no, that's a very true statement.
Yeah, that's what I heard from. And the other thing is I wanted to mention, because so I asked Johnny Bravo. By the way, Johnny Bravo is a friend of mine, really nice guy. I messaged him a lot about the first day we were going to record this, and I've talked to him about it afterwards. He said he wanted to correct himself. He had a couple of things he wanted me to say, which I don't know where they went now, to be honest with you. Oh, they're there. Okay. The first one is he said the reason why I wanted to bring up the silicone thing is to point out that the autopsy on Rich Piana couldn't be that reliable. He said, well, how could they ever not have tried to figure out what was in those things, since technically a piece of the silicone, basically this is the issue, right? If you have an implant, like, which is what I thought. By the way, I heard from the guys at the gym that Rich had implants. And that when they tried to bury him, they couldn't fit him in the coffin because the implants on the side were too big. And they felt the body. They thought it was implants. But maybe it could be a combination of both. I was talking to Armin, I think, about this, right? So anyway, my point was this. If you have an implant that's like women, one of my wife's best friends now just had to have her fake breast removed. Because women often get autoimmune issues with just the fake breast, which has the silicone inside in a bubble. If you have any kind of thing that's not contained, including like steroids, if the steroids were, toxic to your body eventually eats it away. Even tattoos, by the way. Even it's not just sun damage that gets tattoos. Your body gets it eventually.
They call it breast implant illness. It's very common lately.
Yeah. So imagine, well, I think because people are noticing it more as well, because they pay more attention to autoimmune stuff. But anyway, the point is, so if you were a mortician and you see this insanely looking weird body, Johnny's point is like, wouldn't you have wanted to check if there's something there that could have went to the heart and caused the problem, or went to the brain, so you could know what the reason was? It wasn't just a heart attack. Like, for example, if a little bit of the silicone got in the bloodstream, it could go to the brain, cause an aneurysm, or it could go to the lungs. It could go to different places to end up causing a heart attack. That looks like a heart attack. That's what his first point he wanted me to mention. And the second one is he wanted me to mention that the cause of death. So, there's two ways this could happen. I just mentioned the aneurysm and that stuff with the heart attack. The other way it could happen is, just simply, imagine you have so much of a foreign substance in your body that causes your body's immune system to want to overreact. And we know, like, when your body system overreacts, it often damages the cells in your body, like damages your blood vessels, your heart, so on. If you've been pumping new crap your body can't get rid of, that's causing you to be in like what they called with this virus, they called a cytokine storm. Rich would have been, if he was really just pumping random silicone in, he would have been in a cytokine storm for years.
He did feel terrible all the time. 24/7, he felt really, really bad. That's why he was so, addicted to oxy. So
that's what I was going to mention. I want to talk to you about that, because it felt like to me he would be going through so much physical pain. He's probably having to dull the pain, but then use the Adderall to be able to function, because he's a go-getter.
He was asking in the gym. He was asking for pain pills.
Yeah. So the other thing about it is that when my arm wrestling coach arm wrestled Rich. Obviously, Rich was weak and he was using fake plates everywhere. Everyone knew that, but they went along with it. I'm surprised there were people who didn't know that. He would bring his fake plates wherever he went with him, but because he was very weak. But I thought he was extremely weak for just no reason. It could be this, guys. It's not an implant. It's like his whole muscle is damaged because it has permanent stuff in between it that the body's trying to eat out. And then also the other side of it is this. So my arm wrestling coach, he doesn't exaggerate much. He's from the Russian Armenia side. He's very direct. He said, I've never held somebody's hand in an arm wrestling table and felt so many clicks. Like his hand was like a crippled old person. It was like click, 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 click. He said it was so weak. And this guy doesn't exaggerate. He didn't even really know who Rich was. He's just an arm wrestling guy. He was like, I've never felt anything like that. Well, what would happen if you had high inflammation all the time? You'd get arthritis. That's how arthritis happens.
Did your coach smoke him?
Of course, he couldn't smoke a girl, apparently. Like, he was that weak. No, I'm not insulting him. I mean, like, it was scary how weak he was.
He trained at the Powerhouse in Chatsworth, and he was always very, very high rep, low weight.
Yeah. When we trained together, it was just really light pump. I would be training kind of light too, because my shoulder, he's like a little lighter than that. So he would like, let's say incline hammer, like a plate on each side, maybe like a plate and a 10. So really, really super light. Yeah.